Welcome back, Beatles fans. Today we're diving into a classic by the Beatles that features a surprising hero, a humble harmonica, in the track I Should Have Known Better. This isn't just a song, it's a journey through rejection, inspiration, and eventual triumph. Let's get into the beat of this Beatles backstory. It was the early 60s and the Beatles were eager to rock the American charts. However, their first singles were initially rejected by Capitol Records. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out the harmonica, prominently featured in those tracks, was seen as too bluesy for the pop music scene by Capitol's man in charge of screening, Dave Dexter Jr. Imagine that, a world where the Beatles might have been stopped by a harmonica. But as fate would have it, the tide was about to turn. After the smashing success of I Want to Hold Your Hand, which, by the way, had no harmonica, Capitol was ready to embrace whatever these Liverpool lads wanted to throw their way. And throw they did. When it came time to release their third single, A Hard Day's Night, Capitol chose a song for the B-side that brought the harmonica back into the spotlight. And yes, I Should Have Known Better danced its way into the hearts of millions, harmonica and all. Now let's rewind a bit to Paris, January 1964. George Harrison mentioned, and I quote, "One of the most memorable things of the trip for me was that we had a copy of Bob Dylan's Freewheelin album, which we played constantly." Unbeknownst to them, this album would reshape John Lennon's musical style. John was particularly taken by Dylan's harmonica work, which inspired him to rethink how he could incorporate the harmonica into Beatles music, not as a blues tool, but as a folk element. Fast forward to the recording studios of EMI in February 1964. The Beatles began laying down tracks for their upcoming movie, and I Should Have Known Better was among them, but the recording session was anything but smooth. Laughter broke out, takes were abandoned, and frustrations mounted, especially with the bridge of the song, but through perseverance, they finally captured the magic on what became known as Take 22. Lennon's harmonica paired with his signature vocal double tracking created a sound that was nothing short of iconic. Despite its catchy beat and jaunty harmonica, Lennon later dismissed the song with a wave of his hand, saying, "Just a song, doesn't mean a damn thing." But history tells us otherwise. The song not only charted successfully, but became a defining piece of the Beatles' early success story, proving that sometimes the simplest tunes can have the most enduring impact.